Welcome back and thank you for staying with us today. We're discussing that particular trivial topic of voter bribery ahead of the 2022 polls, given that it is an election offence. Ahead of the 2022 polls, we have to see if the various institutions like the IEBC, the National Police Service, will curtail this manner, given that we have witnessed instances in Meru County just this weekend, just last week rather, and of course last month in Mombasa County, where a section of rowdy youths were claiming that the person who was handed money from the political class did not reach their hands. That is a matter we are discussing this particular morning. You can also join in the conversation. Call us live on 0115-885-79, as well as WhatsApp us on 077-29-366. At Abdiaziz Hashim1 on Twitter. The hashtag to use is NewDayKE. As I told you earlier, my guests are here with me, Kennedy Odweyo on the furthest right, as well as Saddam Gashie. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
I want to start with you, Kennedy. Is this a problem ahead of the 2022 polls, directly into that particular matter?
Thank you so much. It's good to be here again. And we thank God for such opportunities. I will say that's the biggest problem we have at the moment, because as a country, at the moment we talk of polarization. Other than what we call the tribal groupings and the divisions that are being planted, the other problem we have is the voter bribery, where you realize that as we charge towards elections, ideas take the back seat, and then sloganeering and propaganda is always sold using the bribery. That's what supports the sloganeering and propaganda. So you realize to a point where, for example, I was looking at a clip, it's not verified, where the former Prime Minister was in Kitale and he was trying to tell the young people were becoming rowdy. And he had to tell them, nimetoa pesa, nimetoa nusu milioni, iko hapo kwa vijana. So that's when the young people there purportedly had to keep quiet and listen to him. But that's not the point here. The point here is that we have a political environment that is eroded with lies, eroded with propaganda and hate messages, to a point where when people go out to rallies, they don't sell any agenda that helps the common man. And even that's the reason why, as a person, I don't judge someone's popularity based on these crowds in rallies. Because as you can see, and you've seen many of these cases where in Kondele they were talking about how money is always the cause of this chaos. Because when you attend some of those things, I have been to some of them as a bystander, where when I was introducing myself into politics, I could go and you realize that these things even happen in funerals, where someone comes. I've seen a situation where after a governor aspirant had spoken, he moved on to the side to give money, and the whole funeral, the event had to stop so that people can give out the money. It's a challenge that some of us face as people who are trying to sell ideas, as people who are trying to sell sobriety and try to talk issues as far as the elections are concerned. Because you realize on most of these occasions, you attend some of these functions, because someone has no idea to sell. All they do, they will sing a song, and because people are expecting money, he knows once he gives out the money, it's his name that the people will go back home with. So it's a challenge that we have to fight, and it's a vice that I wish IEBC could fight, because these things are happening. As a person, I don't have a problem with you, Abdi, stepping up to support a church, to support a mosque. Different people are doing that. I wish we put in place measures that ensure that if you want to support, you don't need to let us know. You don't need to let the people in Mandera know that you supported a child in Kisumu. I wish we put in place measures that ensure that even as we support these things in the name of Harambes, we do it in a civilized way that does not cause that, what I would call at the moment, raising the stakes. Because we get to a point where it goes to the highest bidder. It's a challenge, and I go to functions and you will talk. You will talk, and then at the end of every event, people would expect money. But from my experience, I've learned that it's about how you package yourself, you package your message. From my experience in mainstream politics, as a candidate, as an aspirant, I can as well call myself a candidate, because as an independent candidate, if the elections were to be called tomorrow, I won't need a nomination. I will need to go to the IEBC. So as a candidate, I've learned a few tricks. One of the reasons why these people are dishing out money is because most of them have no idea to sell. They have no ideology. So at the end of the day, like I told you, when people are not coming to learn anything, or pick any message, then the only thing they come for is money. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. He was telling me 1992 he attended a rally by Matiba and Shikuku in Muliro Gardens in Kakamega. And in 1992, those men were talking issues. In 1992, they were talking issues. You will come to a rally and you will go home satisfied that these are the people who can lead us to the next generation. But I don't know where we fell off, because in an educated and enlightened society like the one we have, where education, basic education is free, I would expect our leaders to be able to understand that Kenyans can digest the information, Kenyans can understand some of these things. So it's a vice we have to deal with.
Allow me also to bring in Saddam into this particular conversation. Saddam, the same question, but should we start now putting the right name on that particular move? Should we call it a voter bribery, what the politicians are giving to these youth groups, women, as well as various church donations they're making?
Thank you very much for having me here. I want to thank all the viewers, home and abroad, for giving us this opportunity. First, to the point, voter bribery is an illegal offense. On the same breath, people can't come to your rally and come and listen to you articulate issues with these economic hardships that you're feeling, and at least you just let them walk home empty-handed. I will not encourage it, but it is a way of appreciation. You can choose to give them food, or you can choose to give them some little money. What is mind-boggling? Even if I give you 10,000, 20,000, it will not affect directly your choice of candidate you vote on the ballot. People need to rise beyond this occasion and understand that giving you money is not compelling you to vote for that candidate. You can receive money from multiple candidates, but on that voting day, the choice lies barely in your hands, especially the youth. We want to encourage them. When you attend these rallies, if somebody offers you money, just take it. We all are facing economic hardships. If somebody gives you money, just take it, but on the voting day, vote wisely, vote, use your conscience, and remember, this is an opportunity that you're giving somebody to take care of your future, to take care of your children, to take care of your businesses for the next 5 years. When you go to a market, Abdi, for example, you're going to maybe to choose like a nice clothes or a nice car, you will spend time evaluating, checking it out, trying it if it is fitting you properly, because you know this is the cloth or car that I'll use for the next 1 year. And you spend that time evaluating it. What happens to the person who you're going to give your life, your business, your children's education? You should spend thorough time evaluating. And for we in the Democratic Party, our benchmark is integrity, okay? Integrity, prosperity, and accountability. That's why majority of the youth, we find solace in the Democratic Party. Why? It is a party which is not tainted. It has no tainted image, okay? It brings us the memories of retired President Kibaki, a man who worked tirelessly, and his track record is second to none.
Okay. Thank you.